You're starting? Starting. Alright, so we're going up for another walk. But this time actually, you know, I just got back from a walk with my mom. We just went down to Birch Grove to do a lap. How was it? It's good. We go for walks from time to time. Let's go. We'll walk down from the house to Birch Grove and then just do a lap and then come back. This one, you know, it's funny. After I got back from that last recording, you'd think I'd be tired out from that. But, considering like how much I fucking just offloaded, that felt so fucking good, by the way. What did you do? I don't even know what you did. I just lost my shit on everybody. Not in person. No, I went to my stage in Birch Grove and I just just let it out. I let the fucking monster out, man. It's scary when I do stuff like that, but it's good, it's healthy. So the primary focus of my ire was April and her family, and it was just letting out a lot of stuff. And I know where it was coming from too. So I haven't done it in the past 2 days because of how emotionally intense it is. But I've been working on the 6 years of reflection project in the group. And what we're doing is I'm going through all my books from the very fucking beginning and just reading through the primary lunar signs. So the full moon entries, first quarter, full moons, and third quarter moons. We're going month by month. And just reading. What I was trying to get a schedule of doing 4 entries per day, 2 per half of the day. But going back that far to 2018, because we started June 6th, 2018. That was the very first one. Like going back and reading those entries and remembering, going back to that place and going back into that mental space, it's really intense. But one of the medicine that comes out of it, because there is a medicine to it. It's not just all about like fucking self-flagellation and abusing myself, because it's not that. It's not that at all. It's about recognizing and celebrating the growth from that time. Okay? So, mind you, I got some years on you. Not just necessarily age-wise, but experience-wise as well. And because, ma'am, listen, I know I'm not unfamiliar with where you're at. Trust me. Our lives are completely different, but they're also the same as well. So it's not like there's a complete disconnect between your personal experiences and my own. And I think that's a lot of where I know that's where a lot of the connection between the two of us. I'm speaking just for me. That's where a lot of the connection comes from. And I think it's a lot of just from getting to know each other and seeing where you were at, knowing where you were at in relation to when I was in a similar spot. You're not happy. That's fine. Listen, that's life. I'm not saying that's life as in, hey, get over it. No, that's a phase of life. There's gonna come a point mean, I haven't talked to you in a couple weeks, but how the hell do you always have cigarettes? I got people. But I would bet that where you're at personally now, and mind you, it's only been like 3 weeks since I talked to you last, but I would bet that where you're at right now is in a, I'll say better place. Not the best. May not be the best. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe these 3 weeks you're living your best fucking life. Then again, it might not be seen that way. And that's part of the challenge. And that's part of the challenge that I've been having to reconcile by going through those old books, because I remember where I was at. I remember the fear. I remember how fucking scared I was. Like, fucking terrified. Because that first month of journals, well, the first 3 weeks at least, because we finished the first 2 months. And for the first 3 weeks of the first month, I was still working at vending trucks. That was my last stop. I don't count working at Hugo Boss or working at Cosmoprof. I don't count those as jobs. Those were temporary. I don't think you like it when I say this, but those were temporary hobbies just to help me with getting over certain humps that I needed a crutch for. Where we go right now? We're going to vote right now. Who am I voting for? I'm voting for myself. I vote for myself. I don't never trust a politician who doesn't take ownership for their shit. Anyone that points the finger and talks shit about somebody else, don't trust them. It's interesting. I was at the dinner table one night, and like they had this very brief interview with Ivanka Trump recently, and she was. I mean, I saw it online. It doesn't matter. But she was saying, in Judaism, because she's a Jew, in Judaism, they're saying, when you talk shit, and maybe I don't think this is just strictly a Jew thing, but when you talk shit on somebody, you're hurting 3 people. You're hurting yourself, you're hurting the person that you're talking about, and you're hurting the person that you're talking to. As much as I used to love Donald Trump, the guy's a shit talker. I got no love for that shit. He's just another, God, I fucking love this song. G.G. Allen, tough fucking shit. I love G.G. Allen. I hope there's one day I get to introduce you to G.G. Allen. I really do. I have this, well, you gotta understand, like, I have this thing where I believe our lives are gonna have more of an impact on each other. Which is why I stick with this. God tells me it's a good idea. God tells me you're a good girl that I can rely on. And that right now, you're at a point in your life where you're learning to figure that out on your own. Which is why I can't talk to you. Directly. I could talk to you indirectly, which is kind of like think of it like a cosmic loophole, where I could talk to you, but I just can't talk to you. You feel me? And the reason for that is I can't. So don't fuck with me. Punk alley trash. So if I piss you off, that's just some fucking shit. I can't influence you. I can't have an influence on you directly. Now, what God tells me is that by doing this, by talking to you, and even all like the posts that I'm doing in the group and all these videos that I'm doing, like it's having a profound impact on me internally, which by the way is having a deeply profound impact on my external life as well. So regardless of how this turns out, regardless of how it turns out with you and me, it's your physical being, the fact that you exist, is having a positive impact on my life just by the very fact that I can connect to you like this. So going back, dial back. So one of the things that I'm dealing with right now, having to go through all those books, is, like I said, having to go back to that place mentally and emotionally and spiritually, because that's a big part of it. And like I was saying, some of the medicine from having to go back to those places is being in a position where I can recognize that although at the time of the writing, I didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. I thank God for the fact that I was able to maintain a positive outlook the way that I had. But realistically, if you take into consideration all of the external factors around me at that time, statistically speaking, I should not be here. I should have given up. When I was at Chris's dad's house and I put that loaded gun to my head, I should have pulled the trigger. And I'm not saying that, oh, you know what, I regret not making that decision. No, what I'm saying is, it's my belief, what my Lord tells me is that had I been anyone else, that trigger would have been pulled. For me, holding that gun to my head, that was medicine. That was me. That was me allowing myself to live out a childhood fantasy. But what I was talking about specifically was with you in this place that you're potentially at right now. That if we go back 3 weeks, like if I were talking to you right now, right? And say Miss Kim was right in front of my face. Regardless of what you're experiencing right now, because my assumption is that you stayed in the house and you're toughing it through. However the fuck you're doing it. That if we go back 3 weeks, are you the same person that you were 3 weeks ago? Oh fuck no. Oh fuck no. I think the last time I talked to you, it was right after your mom left. I don't think you even had a full week in the house by yourself. But then I would double down on that and go, ma'am, what I want you to do is think back to that first time that you and me met, right? Think about where you were mentally and emotionally at that point, in relation to where you were 3 weeks ago, in relation to where you are right now. When I met you, and even, I say when I met you, but even throughout the entire course of our relationship, like, even like, for the most part, cookie dough. Your little girl made a cookie dough. The fact that you could stay at the house at all on your own, and regardless of if you went back to your mom's or whatever the fuck, what I'm saying is the fact that you even challenged yourself enough to try. That's a win. That's a huge fucking win. You weren't able to do that fuckers 5 years ago. You weren't able to do that, 2 years ago? So, bringing it back to me, when we take into consideration the first 2 months of my personal experience. Because if we reflect on that first month, by week 3 was my last week at that job. I was already at a point where I have it all written down. Is I want to quit. I feel like I have to quit. But what's going to happen if I quit? What's going to happen? I don't know. That's the problem. Is it a problem though? What'll happen if I quit? And I loved rereading it. Rereading this was really impactful for me because I had written the question: what will happen if I quit the job right now? I don't know. That's my answer. I don't know. I don't know what'll happen. All right. What'll happen if I don't quit the job? Well, I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. If I don't quit the job, it's going to continue to eat away at me. And I'm going to continue to bitch. I'm going to continue to moan. I'm going to continue to fucking lose my shit. And this place is just going to beat me down more and more and more and more and more until I finally had enough. Until I finally had enough. And I can let go of this fucking place once and for all. And then the next fucking week, I'm writing. I did it. I'm done. I'm out. Tomorrow morning, as I'm writing this, tomorrow morning is going to be the first time I'm going to wake up unemployed. In 13 years. I remember this shit like it was fucking yesterday. That was the fucking greatest day of my life. How did you know? Man, that's the thing. You have to trust. I think you'll understand what I'm saying. I don't live a fucking life like everybody else. I don't. I'm very proud of it. But at that point during that writing, what was it that kept me going? You've been in a position in your life before. I don't know when. I couldn't even tell you. I would need you to tell me. But you've been in a point in your life at some time where you were capable of just, you knew something positive was going to come out of a shitty situation. Okay? You don't know how you know. You just know. And mind you, once the day is over, so to speak, once the day is over, and you make it past the finish line, hey, listen, it may not be all the fucking glitz and the glamour that you were hoping it was going to be. And that in itself is incredibly disheartening. Trust me. 6 years later, I quit my job July 6th, 2018. I was dead fucking set positive. No one could shake me. That by the end of this summer, I will be making money off of these fucking cards. I will be paying my bills. I'll have my family back together. And everybody will see. Everybody will see in me what I saw before anybody else could. Did you know what I mean? And I know, listen, that's an impressive way to be able to maintain that. Especially considering everything that was taking place. But at the same time, what I noticed what I experienced was once I got rid of that job, and a big part of the reason why I got rid of the job, why I was confident getting rid of the job, was the fact that I was in a position finally for the first fucking time in my life where I could honestly say that the job was taking up too much of my time. That all I had to do, I was certain that as soon as I quit this job, that's an additional, okay, so I worked about 40 hours a week. Plus it was an hour drive, hour there and an hour back. So 5 days a week, that's an additional 10 hours of driving. So once I get rid of this job, that's an additional 50 hours of my life that I'm getting back. So let's calculate that. Let's calculate that because also I can definitively say that I work from that point. From that point, I was doing 105 hours a week because I don't sleep. I might take my 7 hour, 6, somewhere between 5 to 7 hours a night. Sometimes, hey, listen, sometimes I get my 8, sometimes I get 10, sometimes I'll fucking sleep 12. Depends on the time of the year. But 15 to 20 hours a day, I'm on my fucking game all day, every day. So what's 105 minus 50? So before the job, I was only able to invest 50 to 60 hours a week. On top of a 40-hour job, mind you. And at this point in my life, a lot of that work is inner work, which is work. That's not unemployment, trust me. But as soon as that job was done, I was able to put in all that extra time into what I was doing with cards and with myself and with my studying and with my writing. And within 3 weeks of quitting that job, I was doing 2-3 fucking readings a day. About 1 to 3 readings a day. Don't worry about the money. The money's not the important thing. The money is actually the least important thing. And when I was doing those readings, I was doing them for free. And the reason I was doing them for free was for the experience. Because I had this, my mindset was very simple. I don't want the money to get in the way of the passion of doing what I'm doing. And not everyone can do that. I get that. Not everyone is capable and or willing to go to the extremes that I was going to, which was including not paying my mortgage and not paying the bills. And mind you, it took me about a month after I quit the job. I still paid the mortgage one more time before I finally said no. I can't do this anymore because one, I don't have the money. I don't have the money coming in. I was making like $1,000. I was making a little over $1,000 a week. Do you feel it? Of course I fucking feel it. Oh my God, man. Oh. But back to your question. What kept me going? What kept me going was I ain't going back. I burnt my bridges. That's how I roll. I make sure that when I'm done, I'm done. Let me rephrase that. I make sure that when I'm done, you're done. Because you ain't gonna take my shit no more. You feel me? And they say, I know people say it's dangerous. Don't burn a bridge. You never know when you're gonna need that contact. Yeah, that's a dangerous mindset to be in because you don't want to be relying on other people. And that's part of the why I can't talk directly to you right now because I am not allowed to have an influence on anything that you're doing. Because all of your choices moving forward, I mean, granted, all of your choices have to be your own. I wouldn't be able to live with myself to be like, well, you know what, I influenced her to do this, I influenced her to do that. But no. What do I want from you? I want you to quit your fucking job. That's what I want from you. I want to know that you found your thing and you got the fuck out of that place once and for all. What I want from you is to find out that you fucking ripped off the last shackles that are holding you fucking down. There's a saying. I mean, it's from Star Wars, but it doesn't mean that it's not valuable. Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. Everyone's chains are different. And the same. Your job's a chain. Your car payment's your chain. Your mortgage payment's your chain. Your paycheck is a chain. Shackle. This type of growth, this type of come on now. Come on now. This type of personal growth, personal expansion, it comes with a lot of sacrifice. This isn't like how would I explain it? We're not trying to show off to anybody. This isn't about making somebody else happy. This isn't about gaining approval from anyone. This isn't about getting approval from you. This isn't about getting approval from me. This is about getting approval from your own goddamn self. And looking back at what you did and went, fuck yeah. Yo, if I can do that, what the fuck else can I do? How many things right now? Going back to what I was saying before about you staying in your house by yourself, right? Think back to a time when that was impossible for you. That was literally an impossible thing. Kim, go stay at your house tonight. That's impossible. I can't do that. But you did it. But you ended up doing it. You can literally go back in your mind, think back to that girl who was too fucking scaredy cat to stay at your house by yourself, and now you can go back to her in your mind and say, look, I told you so. I told you you can do it. Yeah, which way to the, that way. Thank you, sir. I don't know if I can bring this in. But we're gonna find out. I might have to pause it, but what are you voting for? I told you, I'm voting for myself. Oh, it's not about impressing anybody. My mom wants me to vote for Trump. Her husband wants me to vote for Trump. I ain't vote for fucking nobody you tell me to. People will argue I'm wasting my vote. I'm gonna hit you like this. A vote for the ballot is a fucking vote wasted. putter. Alright. I'll be back. Wish me luck. Oh, fuck it. How you doing? Pignataro. P-I-G-N-A-T-A-R-O. Yeah.
Print that and sign there, please.
Alright.
You can use that if it helps. Okay, thank you.
They flipped on me.
Oh, you shouldn't have done any of that.
Oh.
You're supposed to actually look at the signature and make sure it's the same. What happened here? Okay. In there. Yeah.
Do I come to you?
You can
Stand
go
behind her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can go right down there. And then you can stand right behind her.
Do you need any of this?
Just here.
Let's see. Yeah. Presidential write-in. Okay. Toxic. Hindsight, I'm going to get you on. Okay. I love this. They're gonna be so mad. You wasted your vote. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm doing everybody. Watch I win. And one more. Let's get my name legally changed. Alright. Cast. Cast. I voted. Okay. I believe so, right? Looks done?
Yep, good.
Perfect. That's it? All done. Cool. Hi. How you doing? You're welcome. I didn't. I haven't done. Who'd you vote for? I voted for me. I wrote myself in for every single position. You're crazy. Nah. Practical. Never vote for a politician you don't trust. There's a lot of options, but you know, God, that felt good. Because and you just like telling everyone to go fuck themselves. I do. I do. I do. Yeah. Yeah, you bet I voted, and I voted for my goddamn self. That felt so good. That felt so fucking liberating. And here's the thing. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can pull this off. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. My friend, you got an extra cigarette? I'm sorry, second.
Maybe a beer?
A beer?
Yeah.
No. Cool, man. I appreciate it.
All right, bro.
Thank you. There's no bonus. That's freedom. When I say freedom. When I say freedom. Oh shit. Through victory, my chains are broken. You know, I had to pause for a minute when I walked in, but then I realized, like, man, ain't nobody give a fuck. One, then, did you hear? Did you see what happened? Did you see what happened? I pushed all the wrong buttons. As in the lady, I don't know if you heard the lady, but she goes, oh, you weren't supposed to do that. You weren't supposed to push all those buttons. I was actually supposed to see if the signature matched. Yeah, of course. I'm out. This is like one of my favorite songs ever. Flipside by Evil Intent. EVOL. True evil. What I should do is leave this recording when I walk in, because they're gonna ask me. My family's gonna ask. Mike and I, we were just talking about this yesterday, and he's like, a vote for Kamala Harris is like voting for Mickey next door. And I didn't have the heart, and I kind of regret it. That's why that's why I'm gonna have to do it when I go home. That's why I'm gonna have to do it when I go home. Is when they ask me, who'd you vote for? Tell them it's none of your business. You tell them it's none of their business. The satisfaction on my face when I say I wrote myself in for every vote. I don't want to say it doesn't matter, because it doesn't. But that right there, that's going to war. I'm at war with the United States government. I'm at war with every government. Man, I've been wanting to overthrow the fucking United States government since I was fucking 20 years. Well, yeah, I was younger than that. This is a fucking dream come true. The fact that I got to do that, that was me giving a fucking middle finger to Donald Trump, to Kamala Harris, to their handlers, to the puppet masters, to every single United States citizen, you lazy pieces of shit. You want to see change in your fucking in your government? You want to see change in your life? Get off your lazy ass and run for office. You should run a political campaign. Shouldn't I now? Of course I should. I am. My whole life's a political campaign. I've been promoting myself online for the past 6 years. This is nothing new. This is just the first time I actually had the balls to do it. And I'm not saying I haven't written myself into an election before. I used to, when I was a homeowner, when I was a condo owner, I was more proactive. And I've reached out to the elections office to find out how to get my name on a ballot, and it's really not that difficult. It's really not. All you have to do is just get a petition. All you have to do is just get a petition, which you can print out online, and you just have to get enough votes. You have to get enough signatures. But here's the tricky part. You have to get signatures from people that are affiliated with the party that you're running for. So I don't run for a party. I run for my own party. I run for the toxic order. A political hacktivist. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, my vote's the only vote that counts. My political aspirations is to be the first monarch of the United States. And they said it was impossible. Hey, it's only as impossible as you believe it is. These are facts. Nothing's impossible. The lady I said hi to, that was one of Christopher's childhood friends. She's one of my neighbors. She's Christopher's friend's mom. Little Nicky. Little Nicky's a big fucking Nicky now. But he's the only one of his friends who actually gets excited when he sees me. The other ones when they see me, it's like a fucking pall comes over them. I don't know what it is. Cause I'm unemployed. Oh, fuck yourself. I'm a goddamn CEO. Alright, so we did all that. We just did it. Election day, done. I'm excited about that. Like, I feel really good. I feel really good about this election. Who do I want to win? I want Kamala Harris to win. Believe it or not. Why? She's dreadful. Yeah, you ever meet her in person? Probably a really lovely lady. Guys, I've been a fan of Donald Trump since I was a kid. I love Donald Trump. Donald Trump is like one of my personal heroes growing up. But I don't like that people think he's a messiah. He ain't no messiah, I'm gonna tell you that right now. All that shit with the guns and it's all faked. That wasn't God that saved you, bud. That was scripting. I was playing it up for the camera. They say, if you fail science class, everything in your life is a conspiracy. Who said that? I don't know. I saw it. It was a meme I saw today. One day you'll see me on a TV, and you'll be like, I remember that guy. I thought he was dead. Nah. That won't be the first time someone said that about me. I thought you were dead. No, I'm one of those motherfuckers. I can't die. A different side of you. It's been a long year. Alright, so we're done. We're gonna go home, and what do I want to work on? Might get back to some Aristotle. I was working on an Aristotle post before we came out. So after I got back from that last recording, I started uploading the video, and then I was taking a break. I took like a 20-minute break to watch a YouTube tarot reader. I love YouTube tarot readers. I love them. They always got the right thing to say, and it's always perfectly timed. Because that's how it works. They don't know it. One of the ideas that you want a good mindset to get into is that every opportunity, every situation, experience, everything is for you. Try to imagine that. Everything has been set up. As everyone in the world, the whole world is running off a script. And that script is designed to bring you personally to the highest and greatest version of yourself. What's the highest and greatest version of yourself that you can imagine right now? I say it doesn't have to be permanent. It's a mutable thing, as in the highest and greatest version of yourself that you can think of right now doesn't have to be the highest and greatest version of yourself that you see tomorrow. It doesn't have to be the highest and greatest version of yourself that you see 1 year from now. Because I can guarantee you, when your pretty little eyes are watching this, you're going to be thinking to yourself, what was the highest and greatest version of myself that I saw 2 years ago? Maybe you didn't even see one. Listen, the highest and greatest version of you doesn't have to be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. I say, think back 2 years. What your highest and greatest version of you was. And maybe that version of you was this bullshit little shithead girl that wasn't going to go nowhere with her life. You're stuck at your mom's for the rest of your fucking life, rotting away like a fucking old maid. Unlovable? Unlovable? Have you ever been unlovable? No one's ever going to love you? How's anyone going to love you when you can't even love yourself? Well, that's why it's that's why it sounds like bullshit when I say, Miss Kim, I love you. Because maybe you can't see it. Maybe you can't see it yet. I know, I'm making a lot of presumptions. And maybe I'm talking to an older version of Kim that doesn't exist anymore. But whether you like it or not, whether you can admit it to yourself or not, deep down inside of you, there's a little spark. There's a little tiny spark. And we're blowing some divine breath into it. Give it back some of that fucking life that it's been fucking missing. Because I believe wholeheartedly that there is no one capable of nurturing that side of you like I can. Like I am, rather. And being that this part of you that I'm talking about is buried so fucking deep, potentially. Buried so fucking deep, you may not even think it's there. I could see it. I saw it from the moment I fucking saw you. The first fucking moment I met you. That weren't no trauma bond. I don't trauma bond with people. I used to think I did. But now I can look back. Thank you, Hashem. I don't trauma bond. I never trauma bonded with you. What happened was, when I met you, woman, you showed me, without even saying nothing, you showed me my greatest and highest potential for that time. To this day, to this motherfucking day. You know how I know you'll never be able to give up on yourself? And the reason I know that you won't be able to is because inside of you, inside that little heart of yours, inside of all that darkness at the very fucking core, you may see only void. I see more than that. I see your greatest and highest potential. What do I see? I see the most important woman in my life. I see the most important woman that has ever crossed my path. I see a woman who inspires me. Who the fuck are you? Who are you to inspire me? Yeah? I have God. I'm a fucking Jew. For life. But for some reason, I look at you, I think about you. I don't have to fucking look at you. I just think about you. And what you show me, what you reflect back at me, is the strongest, baddest motherfucker ever to walk this fucking planet. And nobody can take that credit from you. I'm hyping you up, yeah? Well, that's the point. It's called a hype man. I believe in you. That's why I'm saying you ain't gonna give up on yourself. Why don't you give up on me? What am I giving up on? Why the fuck would I give up on you? Hey, this might sound arrogant. This might sound arrogant, but like my mom told Mike. Mike called my mom before he got off of work. Is that a fucking bird? No. Mike got off of work. He called my mom up to let her know, and she said to him, she goes, "Yo, I told you I'm psychic. Don't be fucking with a witch, bitch." No. What I'm saying is, when you called me, I don't give a fuck if you tell me I'm wrong. When you called me, you weren't just calling me for Teresa. When you messaged me, you validated everything that God had been telling me for the past 5 years. I'm okay being wrong. I don't need to be right. I feel it here, though. You can't see. I'm poking at my heart. I have to cross. Why? Because there's a man right there. I don't like walking next to people. Shooting star. Yeah, I just saw one right there. I just turn around just in time. Does anything scare you? Of course, I'm always afraid. You'd probably be surprised. You'd probably be surprised about how scared I am all the time. Everything. Got one more time. But where my strength lies, I know people are supposed to be humble, but try to understand that the message coming through to me right now is that part of my job is to be strong for myself and to be strong for you. I don't know what you're going through. I could just assume. And the message I hear is that you just need a little extra push. And all the heartwarming, mushy-gushy love energy that I'm sending your way, Reiki's coming to my mind. Distance Reiki. Quantum healing. Healing from a distance. Healing parts of you that you didn't even know that needed healing because you don't even know that they're there because you can't go that deep. That's what it tells me. But it also tells me that I got enough energy and power flowing through me. I got more than enough for you and me. Why you? That's what we're gonna find out. God tells me it's all gonna make sense one day. That there's gonna come a day. There's gonna come a day in the future we're all going to be able to look back on all this and know exactly why it had to be exactly the way that it is. It may not be exactly what I want. It may not be exactly what I think. But the knowing is going to validate everything. Not just everything. When I say everything, everything I'm experiencing now, everything I experienced yesterday, everything I'm going to experience tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, fucking 40 years ago. Now, one day I will have the answers. Not all of them, but enough of them. Enough of them to know that I did not make a fucking single mistake throughout my entire life. Ever. That's what God tells me. My God tells me I've never fucked up once in my entire life. Even when it seemed like I did, I never did. I would impart that on you to consider. Yeah, you never fucked up. Not a once. Even when it feels like you fuck up, you only think that because you're just a little girl who doesn't know any better. Because you ain't never had anyone tell you what you need to hear. Maybe you got people who tell you what you want to hear. I don't know if you ever got people telling you what you need to hear. What you need to hear is, you got this shit. I know you got this shit because I got this shit. And it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, when I'm talking to you, how I'm talking to you. If it's you I'm even talking to, or some other motherfucker around. One of my gifts is knowing things. And I know that to one degree or another, I'm reflecting back at you everything that you are, all the potential that you have. And it ain't fucking folding shirts for the rest of your life. And it's not cutting your wrists or blowing your brains out or ODing or whatever delicious suicide fantasy you may have. What's coming to me is a message telling me to remind you to consider how far you've come over the fucking last day, last week, last month, last year, last 6 years, last 10 years. If anybody else had to go through what you went through, they would have pulled the fucking trigger a long time ago. How could you say that? You don't even know me. I know you enough. Even if everything you told me was 99.998% a lie, I'm right about that. You feel very deeply. Oh shit. I feel like I'm fucking crashed the fuck out.